G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to War Thunder with Mags, and today we are doing a quick flyout in Dr. Hunter F1. Now, I'm sure most of you are familiar with the good Doctor, but let's briefly go over his qualifications anyway. Dr. Hunter is armed with 4 30mm Aiden cannons with 600 rounds total. Trust me, they're better than a scalpel. He can get around the ward at 1,108 kilometers an hour when he's on the deck. Has a rather slow turn time of only 31 seconds, but he's getting a little old in the tooth. But it's well made up for by the 10,827 feet per minute climb rate. So, what is the good Doctor up to today? Well, he's going to remove a couple of tumours. Yes, all jokes aside, this is the Hunter F1 and this is the ideal machine for what I'm about to do. As a great many of you who play War Thunder jet battles, especially on the Allied side, are well aware, and for those of you who have watched some of the videos here and there, at the moment, the TU4 is a little bit of a problem. It's ending matches far too quickly, before fighters really have a chance to get into a serious dogfight. And due to its incredibly powerful weaponry and the ease of simply waving your mouse while you're flying one in the general direction of the enemy and having a pretty good chance of simply destroying them, a lot of pilots are frustrated in trying to kill them, and so are not trying to kill them. And I can sort of understand why. I've been spending a lot of time in the F9, F8 Cougar at the moment. You'll notice that I don't have a Cougar video on the channel, however, because trying to get a good battle in the Cougar is an absolute nightmare while these things are around. The matches either end too quickly before anything can happen, or you try and shoot down the tumours and get hosed down. There's really 2 aircraft in the game that are ideal for dealing with these things at the moment, and that is the Hunter F1 and the F2 Sabre, both because they're high speed, high velocity cannons that do a lot of damage. The problem is going TU4 hunting is not going to get you top place on the team, and many pilots consider it a waste of what is the most powerful set of aircraft in the game, or at least among the most powerful aircraft in the game. Thankfully, I don't care. So, I have made it my personal job to go out and every match that I bring the Hunter out at the moment, go through and vaporize every TU4 that I find. That is my sole goal in War Thunder jet battles at this point in time. And in today's match we have 2 tumours to deal with. Well, we actually have 4 bombers in total. There's 2 IL-28s. Believe it or not, as much as there used to be all the complaints about the IL-28, these are not too much of an issue. They're going to rip in really fast and take out our first 2 bombing sites before anybody has a chance to stop them. One's going to get shot down trying to run. The second one is going to make it back to the runway. And the 2 TU4s are going to come over. Now, these TU4s have enough bomb ordnance on board to take out the last bomb site and to completely bomb out the runway on their own. I have to destroy at least one of them before they make it to the runway. If I fail to do that, they will bomb the runway out, and this match will be over in around 6 minutes from the point that it started. And this is actually another part of the reason why, especially in Korea, where the TU4s have a fairly short travel time as opposed to, say, Spain, to actually get to the runway and bomb it out. It's why a lot of pilots don't even bother trying to climb to them. The TU4s already start with an air spawn. They actually climb reasonably well considering their mass and their bomb load, and they can be dropping on the runway within 6 minutes of match start. Very few aircraft can actually get into a good intercept position in that time, but as I said, over 10,000 feet a minute climb rate on the Hunter. I'm already waiting for them. So, target 1 spotted me. He's trying to bank out of the way and present his guns, take the lead, 1 shot through, we got a critical hit, immediately change to the second target. Do not try and continue on 1. If you do, you'll get shredded by the 23mm. Now the second TU4 knows I'm coming, he's already pre-spraying, but I'm at an odd angle, shoot through, light the engine on fire, another critical hit, and then turn and run away. Now, what I've got to hope at this point is the damage to the first one is enough to have it bank off target and be unable to accurately drop, and the damage to the second target is enough to kill it before it's able to drop. If I just mess that up, I just lost the match for my team. And you can see with that exactly how dangerous the TU4s are, because they both knew I was coming. The first one, that tight bank, wasn't such a good idea. It didn't allow him to manually take control of the guns while he was flying the aircraft, or at least not easily. Couldn't get guns with accurate fire on me, managed to get past unscathed. Second one was flying perfectly stable on the mouse aim, knew I was coming in, and was able to, with just 2 cannon hits, light up parts of my aircraft, and that is actually going to cause me a problem. While for the moment the aircraft is flying perfectly fine, the damage to the nose will actually cause the engine to overheat over time. So at this point I've probably got 5 minutes, give or take, to be able to get this aircraft under control. Now, we did destroy one of them, the fire burnt one out, but one of them did get their bombs off. They've managed to take half the base's health in 1 load. But they've only got 2 TU4s. Now, the only way the base is now a threat is either from IL-28s, as I said, one of them has already been eliminated, or if that TU-4 can get back to base, get another bomb load, and manage to sneak back to the runway. And I'm planning on making sure that doesn't happen. At this point, if I can eliminate the second TU-4, we're good. And there he is. He's dropped altitude. He is being engaged by an F-86. Under normal circumstances, I might let that go and let the F-86 deal with him, but not today. I'm here for this purpose. Killing TU-4s is all I'm interested in. So we get into a position nice and above, and we're going to do a extremely high speed dive. I want to close the distance very rapidly so it's hard for him to be able to get shots on. Zip between two bursts. He's still having trouble getting the lead. Last second he managed to get some more shots into the aircraft, which has affected my ability to fly, but not before my shell sunk home and ended his aircraft. And that's it. From this point, the Russian team can no longer bomb out the runway. They've only got one IL-28 left, and it will take at least 2 to 3 runs to do the required damage. So the base is secured. Now we have a MiG-15 ahead. Unfortunately, that return fire from the Tu-4 has severely damaged the right hand side of the aircraft. It would have been nice if it hit the left hand side and balanced it out. I would have been able to continue fighting, but trying to engage this MiG-15, I could feel it in the aircraft. It was just wallowing and didn't want to turn, didn't want to maneuver, didn't even want to roll back upright as I was trying to level it out here. So decided to fight the plane back into level flight and start heading back towards the runway. I'm going to put it down, get a repair, so the plane is fully fixed, load up the ammunition just in case it's needed. But in all honesty at this point, I suspect the match was completely finished. And you can tell by having a look around, there's no red left. The Russian team has been completely eliminated. So anyways, back to the runway on final approach, and I'm using the cannon brakes to try and slow the Hunter down. The Hunter is another one of those jets that once it drops below about 450 kilometers an hour just seems to not want to lose airspeed. Even when you've got the air brakes deployed, it's just really, really slow to actually slow itself down. And it also gets twitchy at low speeds. Coupled with wing damage to one side of the aircraft, I just wanted to be really careful about bringing it in. Unfortunately, I still landed a little bit fast. Even using the cannons to continue slowing down, it wasn't enough, and you can see I've actually got so much airspeed here that I would have ran off the end of the runway. Starting the wiggle down the runway, which usually helps. And of course, you wiggle at high speed, you're fine. You wiggle at low speed, and the undercarriage breaks. Oops. But hey, we got a repair, so it doesn't matter. Not that I actually get to use the plane again. I managed to get the plane repaired, the timer runs out. Once it completes, however, almost immediately, mission accomplished. We have the victory. So let's go through to the results. So, results for the match. We came in 5th position on this one. As I said, hunting the Tu-4s tends to not get you into first place. 2 kills, 1,421 points, 1 death, and we got 3 awards. Soft landing is an added bonus, 43,770 Silver Lions, and we came in with 7,623 research points for just 12 minutes and 40 seconds work. I also finally finished the Brigand, so I'll have that on channel at some point in the very near future. So the Hunter, it is a fantastic machine. I do love flying this thing. It really, truly is a beast. It's also the perfect machine for dealing with the Tu-4s at the moment. It has the climb rate to be able to get to them. If you circle around your own runway, you'll be able to position yourself ahead of them without any problems at all and match their altitude. It has the firepower to kill them in a single pass. It's fast enough to be a pain in the ass for them to be able to track with a mouse to actually shoot you down. And providing you always keep it to high speed hit and run strikes without any turning back on the target, at least not until you're well outside of gun range before returning for a second pass, it's fast enough to safely disengage from these bombers without getting shot to pieces. Now, as you can see from my results in this match, yeah, you're probably not going to get first place doing this sort of a role. The bombers just aren't worth enough points to actually get you there. But the credit reward is pretty good, the RP reward is great, and the effort was not all that much. This is a plane that, well, this is what the Hunter was actually designed to do in real life. Those 4 30mm aiding cannons weren't just bolted onto the front of the aircraft to deal with fighters. They had bombers in mind when they assembled this thing. And I cannot begin to tell you how therapeutic it is to jump into this aircraft after losing match after match to Tu-4 spam and just cut them to pieces while flying around. It is really, really, really nice to do. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you very much for watching. I might actually do another video of this, except next time I'm going to try and get one with 4 Tu-4s. Anyways, Until next time, remember as always to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Click like if you do, subscribe if you want to see more. Fly smart, fly safe, and I'll catch you in the skies.